Hello, everybody. Welcome to the sound test room. Today we are taking a look at Omnisphere 3. Now, I have used Omnisphere for years, but Omnisphere 3 has just dropped, and I thought, well, I shall start to do some Omnisphere videos because uh, it's incredible. Most people already know it's absolutely massive. I mean, some may say that it is the best synthesizer in the world. There's not a lot Omnisphere can't do. That's out of a hardware and software, but there's not a lot Omnisphere can't do. It's very, very, very good. Right. Anyway, so here's a sound called Blades of Brass. Now, Omnisphere 3 brings loads and loads of new stuff. We have a newly designed main screen here, which gives access to your filter, your envelopes, and your tone, and some general programming stuff, right? Which is good. Let's change let's look at this. Look, new directories. If we click on this now, you have analog vibe, blah, blah, blah. All the sounds are now organized into these directories. This is starting to make things a lot easier to find because Omnisphere has around 40,000, probably more than 40,000 presets that you can play with. And most people just use the presets. Programming Omnisphere is not difficult. It's fun. Let's see. Let's go with this classic digital, and you've got categories. So this is the classic digital category. You can see all the presets here, just in the classic digital category. Then you can further refine your settings to say art, BPM, bass sounds, bell tones, etc. Say, for instance, keyboards. We'll go all keyboards and we'll choose this DX bendy keys. Or JD Magic Tines. So also now, apart from all these new sounds, these thousands and thousands of new sounds, it also has 35 new effects, bringing the total amount of effects up to 93 individual effects units. Now, this has got some insane superpowers. If you right click anywhere on the interface here, you will get this menu. It's the same as clicking on this, where you can initialize a patch, initialize a multi. Let's just initialize a patch. Okay, so now we've got this first layer A here, and it's just a basic JP saw. You have a gazillion oscillators you can start with. We've got classic waveforms here, and I could say I could choose a Moog modular saw to start with. The most important button in Omnisphere is this here, the one that says signal path. If you're just interested in surfing presets, which is fine because it will take you forever to get through them all, and they are brilliant, of course. But if you want to program, this signal path button is really, really important. There are several important things to realize on this main page. This is new. If you click on layers, you can see any of the 4 layers that are being used per part. So you can have 4 layers per part, and then you can have up to 8 parts. Then this starts to make up a multi. Most of the time, you're just going to be needing to use 1 part because 1 part can have up to 4 layers. This is very, very cool. So, like I said, we've got this synth oscillator, and it's a Moog modular saw. If we go back to our main page here and go back to global, make a few adjustments to the sound. Now, you see where it says shared? If we go into effects here and I click on either auxiliary, that's fine, or common effects are shared. So you can have 4 effects for common, 4 effects for auxiliary. And if it's on shared in the main screen here, and we go into effects and click on here, you'll see that all 4 layers light up. These are shared. So you could have 4 effects that would be shared across each of your 4 layers. And each of your 4 layers can be literally any sound you want. Okay. Now, the most important thing, like I said, is change this to independent and now go back to effects, and you'll see that you can choose a different set of effects per layer. Okay, including so you've got a total of what we got here, 2, 4, 16, 20, you can have 24 effects per part. Okay, so you can times that by 8. Well, it's a lot. So up to 24 effects per part, right? So you could have limiters, compressors. There's everything I'm going to show you, right? So let's just stick with layer A, which is the only layer that is active. If I go to layer B and turn it on, I can turn it on here, see, switch on. Or I can turn it off here. Okay, and you can link these as well. If you link them all, there's certain things you can do to both of them at the same time. But I like having everything independent if I'm going to start playing with sound. So I'm just going to stick with this Moog modular saw and go into effects and go to layer A. I'm going to open this here. Now you've got no effect here, and then these are all your effects, right? So you have 93 effects, okay? I think there's 35 new effects. So let's see what we could put on. We could put on EQs. Those are our EQs, and we've got the legacy stuff as well. One of my favorite new ones is this noise maker. So you'll see the mode here says slow. Let me just increase the amount. Hear that? That's an LP platter, a turntable. Now if I let go, it fades away slowly. Medium, it'll fade away quicker. And if we have fast, it'll literally stop as soon as I lift my finger. This is where this gets insane. Now remember, you've got 93 effects. 93 effects. We can open this up and look, we've got, this is just for the noise maker. We've got analog tape. We could go cassette aged. I'll bring the mix up. You've got hissing gear. That's an OBX line out. Okay, we've got nostalgic vinyl. Old stuff. You're beginning to see how ridiculously powerful. Now, not only have they you've now got 93 effects, 35 new effects. Not only that, is if you want to, you can use Omnisphere as effects now, as a VST on their own. Look, Omnisphere effect. I could put Omnisphere effects on Omnisphere or anything else, and I get 4 effects in a rack, and I can add as many of these as I like, right? Depending on your computer sort of thing. So I could go, right, I'm going to add in an effect here. I'm going to add in the new solar shimmer reverb, okay? So and you also have some presets for every single effect, of course. You click on this button here and you've got, let's go, what's this? Maybe this fourth wash. And then when you see more, it means there's another page for the effects here. So let's just for fun, let's throw in another effect. I mean, there's some creative we've got. Let's see this. In fact, to show you the half speeder, I'm going to put half speeder in there, right? But I'm going to take the mix out. It's half the speed. another effect in. Let's put maybe we've got filters, modulation. Let's put a barber pole phaser. That's hard to say. Barber pole phaser. So now being able to, and you don't need to use this on Omnisphere, you could use it on anything you like, you know, so you get starting to see how just ludicrously powerful just the effects are. So like I said, common, shared by all layers, as a it could be EQs, limiters, things like that, you know. I mean, you have literally everything in here. So your dynamics, you could be putting in a classic limiter, classic 1176 limiter. I mean, you could literally master with the Omnisphere effects now. That's nice input trimming. Anyway, you kind of get the idea. It's bonkers powerful. So I'm going to do over the course of time lots of Omnisphere videos. So I'll do some patch from scratches because it's not a difficult synth to program. It's a really nice synth to program. In fact, if we look at this, let's go to our layers. I'm going to switch layer 1 off. I'm going to switch layer B on. And it's this. If we click on this, we go to sample oscillator. Now, if we go back here, you remember I said we have basic, very basic stuff here. And then we have all these classic waveforms. And there are, well, I wouldn't even like to imagine, probably thousands or at least hundreds and hundreds of different waveforms you can use just as a basic synth oscillator. I mean, there's Andromeda's in here, Roland's in here, everything's in here. Click on this, you're into your sample oscillator. You can click on this now and you'll get taken to this. This is the sound source browser. It's not the same as searching for patches. This searches for literally sound sources. So we could go, okay, well, what do I want? Do I want maybe special effects nature? Click on this. Or maybe we can go environmental, what we got here. And then you'll start to see, it'll start to get, you see, we got abstract, right, cloud-based, what's that? Here we go. School of Wales. Maybe breakfast. Eating cornflakes. Breathing. Well, you can see we've got some rain stuff. Okay, let's choose this one, right? Awesome. Sounds very nice. Let's close this. We're happy with that. This is on B now. So if I bring back in A, I'm going to make some adjustments to this. Now, remembering that I now have independent switched on, which means I can control the release, the cutoff. Watch, all this will change now. Whereas if I have this set to shared, all of that is equal. This is why this is super powerful and really important. So if I go to my effects now and go to B, effects B, I've got that nothing on B, so I'm going to put some reverb on B, maybe new velvet verb, or this might be not new, but This is my film projector on my waveform. Let's put a delay on this, on A. Let's put in one of the new ones on, maybe the backwards echo. So you get the idea that programming Omnisphere, it's an absolute joy. You can just go absolutely bonkers programming this thing. Now, if you want, like I said, you've got different presets you can use, pair effects, chain sort of thing. You've also got the ability just to maneuver this stuff around, you know, like set up a different chain for the effect. You can scroll through presets here like that. You can swap out an actual effect rack here, so you might maybe want to go with a booty amp. And of course, don't forget now, because you can use the Omnisphere effects rack as an independent VST effect, you can run your guitars through it, your external instruments, what have you. Another brilliant thing, of course, with Omnisphere is the hardware integration. Pretty much whatever hardware synth or synth controller you've got can be mapped and automatically mapped. They've done all the hard work for you. You could go with it. Well, I'm using the Keystep 37, and that is no doubt going to be in here. So I'll already a Keystep 37 there. If I want to use the controls on my Keystep 37 for the basic controls of Omnisphere, I can do that. Okay, so I'm going to go, what's this magical times? I'm going to go to Analog Vibes, and I think I will. What have I got this sort of? Right, so this, when you're sorting through your stuff, right? So let's go with this VHS octaves. Sort here, click on this, and you can sort by the latest sounds added. Okay, the sounds that are highest rated, maybe what you've rated as well. Sounds that are marked A to Z, so A to Z, boink, like that, or Z to A. And then things that you've MIDI learned. Okay, so I'm going to stick with latest here. And you can always see what's been used. If you go in fact, easiest on this one, you can see that there's 4 layers being used, all Juno 60s. Let me close that out again. So this is a way. This button here is super useful if you're just scrolling through patches, right? You know, the temptation is to start at the top and move on. If you do this, this will shuffle all the patches, okay? So we're in Analog Vibes, we're in the keyboards category, and here are all those keyboard sounds. We could go all. I'm going to shuffle them again, and now we're just choosing from all of these patches here. These are just in the Analog Vibes category, and it's all of them, and I've just shuffled them. So you've got this SDS snare, one saw to rule them all, one called Backslider, electro snare, Juno Sad Times, modern vintage strings. And it's brilliant because you can go in and see how they made this, right? This was using a sampled oscillator. And this one was from CS80. You can see what effects have been used. Obviously we've got independent layering going on here. Nothing in auxiliary, nothing in common. Now, here's the thing. Let's listen to this sound. Okay, I'm going to go to auxiliary. I'm going to click on this. I'm going to click modulation. I'm going to click flanger and go with a retro flanger. This one. I'm going to turn this down for a moment. Actually, I'm going to leave it full on. I'm going to go back to my main page. And this here, you won't hear this flanger, right? You see this ambience down. This is your auxiliary send effect. So now if I go back to my effects here, an auxiliary, and yeah, depth is high, so let's go back and bring our ambient amount up. Bring our limiter in. Now, you see, very cool. And this works for the blend on all the auxiliary stuff that you've got going on. So what have I got here? There's a vintage verb on there. I'm just in effects, so common is all. Go back to main. Okay, now this becomes more useful. You go into multi. These are multis. You can have 8 programs, and you'll see auxiliary 1, 2. So you've got different send amounts. That you can use if you're using multis as well. Okay, multis is a whole new video. Now, it's fair to say that Omnisphere has an amazing arpeggiator as well. You can drop MIDI files in, but you've also got different like arpeggio types. So you've got basic arpeggios, arps here maybe. Okay. Very, very, very cool. You have stacks of options for modulation and LFOs here, which you have 8 of. So if you're watching this video premiere, by the way, thank you very much. Okay, so another thing we have before, well, I'll just explain this one more thing here, of course. And then I will play lots and lots and lots of presets for you. But just be aware that if you want to get into the world of Omnisphere, literally get into it and, you know, have a good time programming it. Right, so orb, push like this. The orb is very cool. The orb is a randomizer. So switch orb on and you have no control of what the orb is going to randomize. But if you want, say for instance, look, we've got, let me turn inertia off. Let me hit the dice, and now it's randomized another bunch of parameters, see? So you can keep randomizing until you find something you like. Motion, I'm going to go over 4 bars because at the moment it's just set over 1. And I'm going to hit record. Watching record will start to flash. And when I start moving, this will record my motion over 4 bars. It'll just stop when it's done. Here you go. So now, and while this is doing this, I can randomize it again. So orb is a fun way to start exploring randomization and sounds, changing sounds up and stuff like this. Quick stuff. You also have every scale you could probably want, which will also reflect on your MIDI controller as well. I'm just using Western equal temperament. Sounds for every occasion. Let's go up to classic digital. I'll tell you, here's a fun thing as well, right? If we click on our main browser, we get into our main browser. The keyword thing here is brilliant. It's absolutely awesome. Look what we got. We could just go keywords, addictive, and everything changes. So you could go keyword, mood, timbre, and then you'll be seriously drilling down. But look, you've got very cool stuff like D50, okay? Because Eric Persing, like one of the main guys, the main guy probably at Omnisphere, is the guy who designed most of the D50 sounds. And they're all here, look. So so everyone knows these world-class famous sounds. D50, majestic. Oh, so we go down, we find some very interesting keywords we can use. JD800, different synths, Indian. So it's searching the tag system. People have tagged it with certain things. Male. The Tuvan vocal stuff is insane. look, let's go down a bit further. This gets real fun. So look, got one there. It depending on what we're in. Look, let's go to say kind of view all of Omnisphere, right? Everything, all 40,000 patches are now represented all here in our kind of bonkers patch browser. And we scroll down, there's even more keywords now because we're searching all of Omnisphere, right? So we go, what we got down here, we've got David Lynch, with D50 now, we've got other famous stuff. But like I said, one of my favorites here, Jupiter Junos, look, Mail, we got McQuires, Marauder, Moog. If we go down, it's just so cool. It's so cool. You could literally just spend forever. Oh, see it now, Tuvan throat singing sort of thing. So. Brilliant, right? Oh, thunder. We've got some thunder stuff going on. But one of my favourites, we've got Vangelis, look. Vangelis. Some of the sounds inspired by Vangelis, of course. Just brilliant. Chariot CS80. And there's loads of it, you know. So this new preset system, the way they've designed it now to find sounds is really good. Awesome stuff. So let's start with, let's get back off this page, So now remember, I've got like the patch flipping going on. It's nice, you can see at a glance what you've got going on here. You've got obviously 2 layers being used, some effects are being used. I'm going to play through a bunch of these for you. Please strike the like if you're still watching. Some system information up here as well if you want to dig into that. So just one finger with this one, Arpeggiator. So the mutate button, you have a couple of options if you click on it directly, default or extreme. This will just randomize the patch, giving you basically a unique patch. Let's go to something like, I don't know, maybe warm tones. What's this? Let's just mutate this patch. And it saved it there for you. So let's mutate it again. And again. And then you have mutate extreme, and it'll complete. Slimy Keys is one I made earlier. Awesome stuff. So we could go with live keyboardist. Let's select the category here. Synth lead. So we've got some glide on here, as you can hear. So we can 14 seconds. Click on the little plus icon to dive into the glide, and we see we have different types of glide. So let's increase the glide time to say glide is applied to both A and B layers, which is we have instruments for. So let's go in again. Let's just take this. So I can just, so Mini Moog, Odyssey, OBXA. You won't hear a lot of difference, but these are glide curves taken from those synths. And then we have linear glide, but we also have glissando. So as you can see, it plays up in semitones across the keyboard. And if we make some adjustments to our, let's go into here, what are we on? Let me just go to it's independent. So the glide is really cool. Lots of options. all the options you'd ever need, really, to be fair. What's this? Vintage Moog lead. Just playing one note there. Very cool. Just one note again. And these patches load fast. So you can see how much vocal stuff's in here. I mean, it's bonkers. It's randomized. Very cool. Just one note. Guys, if you've watched this video premiere, thank you very, very, very much. I'm going to play for another 5 or 10 minutes some more patches while you have a chance to say ta-ra to each other. I hope you enjoyed my first look at Omnisphere 3. Lots more to come. Like sound design stuff's interesting things. More sounds, obviously, because 40,000 sounds, you're just not getting through them, are you? It's really interesting. Also, as well, I keep forgetting to point stuff out. I'll do a separate video on this. When you're on this page for sample oscillators and things like this and synths, you have different things you can do. You can go into the unison page, for example. Go into back to the synth wave unison, the harmonia, the FM. You've got ring modulator, shift, like pitch shifting, frequency shifting, wave shaping, and granular engine. All of these deserve videos on their own because they're all very, very powerful tools to manipulate your sounds, you know? Or the worldly visitations. So, for example, on this switch unison on. And you can have, I think, 3 of these on at the same time. The granular, the granular one is absolutely brilliant. Anyway, again, I get beyond myself. Anyway, I'll shut my gob and I'll see you guys later.